Kia ora koutou katoa, it's Mrs. Goodson here, and this is the last video all about how to write a report for a science investigation, and specifically how to write a report for NCEA Level 1 Biology 1.1. And the topic that we are doing is about respiration and why does your heart rate or your breathing rate increase when you increase exercise. And this part of the science report brings together all the science theory and the science ideas, and in this case, biology ideas, with your results of your investigation. So it brings together the primary data, the results that you've collected, and the theory that we've learnt about. So the discussion explains your conclusion by linking your results to your knowledge of the relevant science ideas involved. You need to, in your discussion, now it's called discussion, but it's actually a written report. It's a few paragraphs at the in your science report that bring together the science ideas and the data you've collected. So you need to explain what happened in your investigation. You need to explain the trend that you observed, and you need to link what happened to your understanding of the science idea being investigated. So you really need to study up on the science idea. So for Biology 1.1, we're all about respiration and why does your heart rate or your breathing rate increase when you exercise harder or for a longer amount of time. So you really need to understand that first booklet and the first videos 1 to 9 that explain why when you exercise harder or when you exercise for a longer amount of time that your body demands more oxygen, and link it to respiration in cells. And you need to link your results. So you need to use numbers, look out for the numbers from your results, and you're going to use that with units in your discussion and link that to the science ideas. So when we write in science and we give explanations and we justify and we explain why and give reasons, then look out for using these words like the word because and so or so therefore, compared with, according to, as, due to, since, or linking like which means that, and this tells us that, as, and we've got as twice there, so that as is kind of good sneaky little one there, which shows that, or this indicates that. So we can say, so there's so, this means, shown by, which leads to the conclusion that. So all of these words are linking words, and when we're marking, we actually look out for these linking words because it means that you're giving reasons and you're explaining and justifying, not just describing, not just stating, but you are linking and explaining and justifying. So that's what we look for when we are marking the kind of questions in exams and also in internal assessments where it asks for you to explain or justify or discuss. So for Biology 1.1 specifically, we're going to look out for the science idea is the respiration word equation. So you need to look in the earlier videos and make sure that you understand the recipe for respiration, that it happens in cells, that it happens in muscles, and that when we exercise, our muscles are going to demand more oxygen for respiration. And that's because more exercise, more energy demand, more energy is going to be needed from glucose. So more oxygen is needed for respiration. And therefore, we've got an increased blood flow because our blood carries our oxygen to our muscles. So that means our heart rate has to increase to get the blood to our muscle cells, and our breathing rate has to increase the oxygen and also to get rid of the carbon dioxide, which is a waste product from respiration. So more exercise, faster exercise means a greater rate of respiration, and that links up to increased blood flow, increased heart rate, and different kinds of exercise, different types of respiration. We can talk about aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. And then most importantly, this one is important, big star, it linked to our conclusion, our data, and state the fastest or the slowest or some sort of link that links this part here, this theory part, what is happening and why. Okay, so in your discussion, you're explaining why. And try, if you can, to write in the third person and avoid the pronouns. Don't use pronouns like I, we, you. Okay, so you like writing it as though you are a narrator. Okay, so this video has been all about how to write a discussion that links my results or your results to your knowledge of the relevant science ideas involved. And in Biology 1.1, it's all about how when you exercise faster, you increase the rate of respiration in your cells, which means you need more oxygen and increased blood flow to get that oxygen to your muscle cells, and therefore increase your heart rate and your breathing rate. So in the discussion, which is a written report, then you need to link your results specifically, label, actually write your results into your report with numbers and units. Don't forget the units. So the units for heart rate would be beats per minute. For breathing, it would be breaths per minute. For time used, seconds. Okay, and you're going to link that to the ideas about respiration and oxygen and more oxygen and energy.